YouTube, German Girl Infinity here, this time without makeup, and ready to give you guys part 2 of the Leaving Neverland, facts and the truth behind the documentary. So, let's just jump right in. The next fact that I'm wanting to give to you guys is the fact that Dan Reed, the director of Leaving Neverland, chose not to interview anybody that would give a different take, on his story. Reason being because he felt that they would discredit, the story of the accusers. So yeah, you can really tell off the bat, Dan Reed's character, and really his motives too. Like he doesn't give a rat's ass about the other side. Like he just wants to paint Michael out to be a monster, and it's like he doesn't do any research at all. He shows no evidence of abuse. He's just going off by by Robson and Safechuck's words. Like, my God, what a lazy-ass director. And plus, he knows what he's doing is wrong, and he's been called out before by many news reporters and many fans, and yet he's just a lazy-ass bitch. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. But the next fact I want to give you is, in the film, Robson, has stated that, or has implied, that one of his longtime friends, Brett Barnes, has also been abused by Michael Jackson. And that proves to be false because Brett Barnes himself has stated several times that Michael had never done any wrongdoing on his part. And he even requested that the creators of Leaving Neverland take out his name or any reference to him whatsoever. And yes, like the bitches they are, they refuse not to. And because of that, now him and his lawyers are threatening to sue HBO, for for really just for exploiting him. And the next one I want to give you is, and this one kind of hits me close to home. Like Michael, he was investigated by the FBI, by the LAPD, the NYPD, and Child Protection Services for a period of, especially the FBI, for a period of over 10 to 12 years. Honestly, God, if that doesn't prove him innocent, then I don't know what does. And I should know of all people, because my dad, he used to work in the police department as a sheriff deputy in San Diego for over 22 years. So if anyone knows more about the law in my family, it's him. And even he knows that Michael Jackson's innocent. Because no, listen to me, he's been in court cases like that, and he knows what he's talking about, and he's always followed the law with the utmost respect. So just hearing alone that Wade and Safechuck are trying to wedge in their stories between that time period, really sickens me. Because even if that did happen, the FBI, they would have caught Michael and called him out on his shit. Seriously. The FBI doesn't play with shit like that. They really don't. And if you don't believe me, look up the papers. I also wanted to give you a quote as well, from the FBI papers. Towards the end, it says, and I quote, "Writer requests that captions matter be closed. There are no outstanding leads or evidence items." So that alone shows that there's nothing that says that Michael did anything wrong to those kids. Again, honestly, if that doesn't prove him innocent, then I don't know what does. Because the FBI doesn't play with crap like that. If they even investigated him, when Michael least expected it. They came to his home on Christmas when he least expected it and investigated him. So there's no way in hell he would have been able to sneak that in. No way. Let's see. Oh, and I wanted to talk about the scene with Safechuck's ring. The one that he claims Michael gave to him and had a mock wedding with him. That statement alone reeks of stupidity. It really does. No, just think about it. Do you honestly think Michael Jackson would have a wedding with James Safechuck as a kid? That's just the most ludicrous statement I've ever heard. And not only that, but in the court papers, the only jewelry that he listed, as still owning, first he claimed that he lost the ring and came across it a few years later, but in the court papers he said the jewelry that he listed as still owning was a medallion showing Michael's image. So I'd kind of assume something like this one, what I'm wearing. But like, he had no mention of the ring whatsoever, in the court papers. So it's like, so that pretty much just destroyed his credibility. And plus, he could have gotten that ring anywhere, like at Goodwill or wherever else. Let's see. Oh, and James Safechuck has claimed, in the 2005 trial that he resisted pressure by Michael himself to testify on his behalf, adding that his parents had also urged him to testify. However, months earlier, the judge had ruled Safechuck out, as a witness, claiming that he had no liability or credibility. So, yeah, he pretty much got ruled out by the judge. Thank you for that. And plus, I think Robson, it says Robson tried to claim, himself as a reluctant witness. However, like, that makes no sense because he was a friendly and willing judge. Like, he fought, to stand up for Michael. So, like, do you call that reluctant, Wade? Really? Yeah. Let's see. The next one I want to talk to you guys about is the memorabilia that's being burned in the credits is fake. Because it turns out that I think probably months or years prior, Robson has long since auctioned off his most valuable memorabilia given to him by Michael himself. In 2011, he auctioned off the Smooth Criminal video hat for, I believe, $49,920, and the gloves from Bad for $31,250. And he says this is not about money. Liar. Let's see. Oh, and Darren Julian of the Julian's auction, where Robson auctioned off his items, let's see, had tweeted that Robson needed money at the time and requested that he be allowed to, with Robson requesting that he be allowed to sell the items anonymously, but was rejected. So, the joke's on you, Wade. Let's see. The next one is, in the film, Robson claims that he was abused by Michael at Neverland while his family took a trip to the Grand Canyon. Well, that one turns out to be a lie because I think it was either his mom or his sisters had claimed that was false because they took Wade with them, on the trip to the Grand Canyon. So that one kind of just rules out on its own. And Robson has admitted himself that the memories evolved. So that statement alone just tells you that that his story evolved. Like, he changed his story repeatedly and just, because he knew what he was going with wasn't going to last very long, truth-wise, that wasn't going to last. So he had to keep coming up with stories to make sure that his ass would be saved from being caught. Well, his ass was caught in court, so let's see. Oh, and I wanted to talk about for a moment the Leaving Neverland train station thing. This came out not too long ago, but I want to talk about it anyway. Here, hang on. Excuse me. Safechuck had claimed that he was abused, at Neverland's train station from 1988 to 1992. However, Mike Smallcombe, I believe he's a biographer and I think probably one of the technicians. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but he had a part, in Neverland. So anyway, Smallcombe, however, says that the train station, was not built until 1994, at least about a year or two after, Safechuck's supposed abuse. And construction began in 1993, a year after James' supposed abuse. And another one that and I think this is the last one, and I want to give a shout out to, let's see, I think she was probably one of the people that subscribed to me. Excuse me, sorry, I was just trying to pull up the statement. I want to give a shout out to HammyCats69 for pointing this out to me earlier. She said that Robson was also researching and Googling on child abuse and copying stories from real victims to tell his story on the Michael Jackson situation. And to hear that just really sickens me. It really does, because he's gonna go and make up stories on, from victims that have been actually abused, and try to claim them as themselves just to get money and fame. Well, that guy seriously needs mental help, all three of them, for doing what they did. They need mental help of some sort. And they need to be put in jail as well, after they receive the help. Because, and that's pretty much all the facts that I have for now. In the comments, please let me know if there's any that I missed out on, because I'm doing the best I can to give the facts, but I know I probably haven't reached all of them. So if there's any that you think I missed, please let me know in the comments. Honestly, this situation just really sucks, because this is coming, close to the 10-year anniversary of his passing, and then these three morons are gonna come out and, try to destroy his legacy months prior? That's just sick. It's fucking sick. Hasn't this guy went through enough? Would any of you have liked to have gone through what he's gone through? Honestly, think about that for a moment. It's just, there's really not much I can say on it. It just sucks. It really does. And I feel bad for his family that they have to, that they have to listen to what these morons have to say. And everybody that took in on the media bashing, Oprah, I think John Legend, he was part of it. Just many other celebrities that turned their backs on Michael, without doing any actual research. They just went ahead, to agree with the media to save their own asses. That's cowardly to me. That really is. And I could see from when, Corey Feldman and I think Aaron Carter, when they stood up and said, Michael never did anything to them, they tried to stand up at first, but then once the media started getting in their faces, they sat back down and either said, oh, I can no longer defend Michael, to keep everyone in the Me Too movement safe, or that, oh, well, I did have this one experience with Michael, come on, dude. To those two individuals especially, if you know in your heart that Michael had never done anything to you but appreciate you for who you are, then stand your fucking ground. Fight for what you believe in. Don't let this shit happen. That's just, it's just really sick. And, there's really not much more I can say on this, but this situation just really sucks to me, and especially being a fan of him for so long, it's you'd think by now all of this would have just gone away and they would have left him alone, but that's just not the case, and it sucks. Honestly, and I'm sure, heaven forbid, that this happens again, but, I don't ever want to see this shit happen again. Because this is fucking terrible, and shame on everybody in the media and everyone involved in Leaving Neverland. Honestly, thank you guys for watching, and this is really all I have to say on this. Please let me know if there's anything that I left out in the facts. Because I know there's probably some that I left out, but I just wanted to let you guys know of the truth and to just bring some awareness to you guys, and just please, do some research. If you honestly feel that he did anything wrong, then go and do some research. Because, it's not going to kill you, because trust me, it took me, a few days to find the research, but it was still worth it, and I got, 5 pages out of it in my notebook, so that's really all I gotta say, you guys. And again, I'm sorry if this is, poor quality. I'm filming this on my iPad because my phone isn't doing me squat, so again, just thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time and, to just listen to what I have to say. Again, thank you. And I hope pretty soon, probably after a few weeks or so, I'll be coming back with a more better fun video. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoy this, and just please continue to fight for the King of Pop, and just please, do the research, show more love and respect for him, and let's just stick together and celebrate him in his memory. Love you guys. Peace.